Eject.
General Goods here. Come on over and pick up
Mackenzie.
what you need.
Boss, I can't believe it. You killed the raiders. All of them. I have to ask, why?
I'm not sure, really. I guess I just felt like killing a lot of people.
Oh, okay, boss. I really hope you've scratched that itch now. I've thought about this day for a long time. Dreamed about it, really. Though I never thought I'd see that dream come true. Now that it has, I'm left with a question that I don't know the answer to. What happens next?
You're free now. You can do anything you want.
Freedom. I never appreciated that word as much as I do right now. You know, I think we should keep this market open. Bring it back to what it used to be. A place where everyone feels welcome. Before you go, there's one last thing I need to say. Thank you. Sincerely, from all of us. Thank you. Wherever the road takes you, know that you'll always be welcomed back here in Nuka World. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to figure out a way to safely remove these collars.
Welcome back. Cockpit one reactivated. Transferring controls to pilot. Pilot mode online. Welcome back. Cockpit cooled reactivated. Transferring controls to pilot. Pilot mode online.
Well, hello there, cowboys. I'm your host, Dusty Dude. And I have some wild tales about the time I spent in New Vegas. But we'll jump on that horse a little further down the trail. First, I wanted to humbly thank you for tuning in to Tumbleweed Tunes, brought to you via satellite from Old World Radio. Much obliged. I hold that song very dear to my heart. Brings me back to when I witnessed a herd of deathclaws heading into Orange Quarry Junction. I first caught sight of those evil demons when leading a pack of Brahmin out of the Good Springs to trade with my amigo Doc Mitchell. Weary from my travels, I set up camp for the night. Well, as I lay there, feeling the warmth of the fire, deep in thought while staring up at the Mojave stars, I started to feel the ground tremble beneath my boots. At first, I thought it was an earthquake. But then I heard the snarl and growl of distant foul beasts. I grabbed and looked through my telescope, and lo and behold, there they were, an entire herd of deathclaws, evil demons. I packed up my belongings as quick as a rabbit on fire and got the hell out of Dodge. Those were the days. Here's another tune for you folks. Well, howdy, folks. You're listening to Tumbleweed Tunes with your host, Dusty Dude. I got a story to tell you through this here guitar. There may not be any words spoken in the English language, or any language that I can muster, but the message is understood simply by listening. Not by learning a new language or knowing the one you already understand, just by listening. Take pride in that. I just read a letter here from Pierre, the host of the French Connection out of New Vegas. He just told me he quit drinking and is working on his gambling addiction. The letter says, "Thank you, dude. You were there when I was at my worst and didn't leave my side. Thank you for pulling out those bullets and fixing me up." Oh, you're welcome, little buddy. I was there for him when he lost his cool inside a casino and shot up the place. I escorted him home, plugged him back into his battery charger port, and helped him sober up the next day. Poor fella had 6 bullet holes in his processor housing. I fixed him up and gave him a brand new shine and went along my way. Here's to you, Pierre. This next guitar lick can heal any wounded soul. I remember when I was down and out at the Sierra Madre Casino. I was on one hell of a losing streak. Just bet my last handful of bottle caps on a game of blackjack. Just as I realized I lost it all, I heard this strange robot flipping his lid about not being allowed to gamble since he was indeed a machine. He shot the whole place up while going on some rant about being alive and not being a robot. Strangest thing I ever seen a robot do, I tell you what. After the commotion was through, it was just me and the drunken robot staring each other down, eye to eye. Or should I say, eye to lens. Then he blew sparks all over the place and started leaking fluid everywhere. He then ran out of the place and I barely keep my eye on him. I just stood there for a minute in awe of everything that was happening. Then the law showed up and put the entire incident on me. I was thrown in jail that evening. Just couldn't believe my luck. I was laying there in my dirty, rust-covered cell. I hear boys coming through the barred window of my cell. Turns out, that same robot had shot up the Sierra Madre Casino. He was carrying a case of Sunset Sarsaparilla in one arm and a bomb in the other. He belched out some nonsense I couldn't understand. Then sparks flew out of his bullet holes as he winded up and threw the bomb he was carrying at my cell window, and boom! I woke up in the middle of the desert, being dragged into some cave by a strange robotic hombre. He told me he was sorry I got caught up in the middle of what happened. He gave me a sarsaparilla and a briefcase. I opened the briefcase, and lo and behold, it was filled with caps. He then started to whistle a catchy tune. Kind of sounded like this. This is Dusty Dude, and you're listening to Tumbleweed Tunes. Much obliged.
We're Alive, a story of survival. Chapter 1. It begins. Part 3 of 3.
All right. I'll open it. You two be ready to fire. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh shit! Man, don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Who the hell are you?
I'm Datu, the maintenance guy for the building. Oh my God, you're here.
What were you doing in there?
I was coming down when the power went out. Oh, thank God you found me.
You work here?
Well, I live here too. Where are the rest of you?
This is it.
Where are your tanks and shit? I mean, you are the U.S. Army, right?
We are in the army, but like I said, this is it.
Well, whatever. I'm just glad you're here. Wait, where are we going?
Upstairs.
I don't think there's anyone else up there, but most everyone in the building was at work, and those who were here left. Word has it there is an evacuation site a few miles from here. Oh, thank God.
Evac site? Where?
Off of 4th Street and Bandini.
We drove by that intersection. There's no one there.
No one at all?
I would have remembered seeing something.
Oh no. I've worked in this building for 5 years. You don't know how many of those people I know are those that left. Some of them had children. Up over the years.
I didn't say they died, I just said they weren't there. Maybe there was an evacuation. Maybe they got out.
Yeah. Or maybe they didn't.
At ease.
Still, there's no reason to go upstairs. We can't get going now.
Staying here.
You what? But there's nothing here.
Exactly.
I just can't. Take these chains off. Let me out. Maybe they're coming back.
Sir, you're not listening to us.
Riley, wait!
I got this.
Let me out.
Look, Datu. You may think it could be better out there, but it's not. We've been out there, we know. Your building is much safer. And we have these soldiers here to help us. They already saved Pegs and me, and they can save lots more too. But we can't do it without your help. We need to make sure this place is safe before we bring them back here.
Why do you need me?
We need to make sure it's safe here. That means going from room to room, making sure. You have the keys, don't you? And you know what key opens what door, and every place that someone or something might be hiding in this building. We need your help.
Yeah. I guess you do.
Those men, they're trained for this sort of thing. They'll protect us, so why not help them? The less time in here, the more lives they could save out there.
Okay. I'll... Come on, this way.
Whoa. Why don't you just point which way, and I'll go first.
This is the stairwell. Here.
You sure the other side is clear?
Yeah. I think so.
I have to make certain. What floor is it on?
Top floor. I was pointing to the number 15.
Floor?
Well, 14, but there's no number 13.
Think you can do anything about the power?
Oh, we still have power. We just blew up breakers.
So where do we turn it back on?
In the basement. But that's not...
Then what is?
Something blew out the main, which it was something big. If I flip it back on, it could start a fire.
Yeah, that would definitely be a problem.
I had some flashlights in the apartment on the 2nd floor. Once we find what blew it, I can flip it back on.
Come on, let's go.
Hey,
No, you must be mistaken.
What about Riley?
We'll be up in a sec. Hey, Riley. Thanks for talking to Datu.
No problem, we needed him. We're all on the same team now, right?
Thanks, though. I don't think you would listen to me.
What? You work as long as I have in the restaurant is, you have to deal with a lot of people that don't like your food.
You're a bad cook.
I was great. You just come to things everywhere.
Now, can the first few floors reminded me of my time overseas, going from room to room in near total darkness. You didn't know what was behind every door, and every step could be your last. The place was empty. Some rooms had clothes strewn about, like they'd scrambled to leave in a hurry. The pictures of the people on the walls haunted me as I walked past them. I kept a close eye on Angel. He never told us what apartment his girlfriend lived in, but I knew from his reaction on the third floor.
This door's open.
Careful. Contact down the hall. Cease fire. He's down.
You know this guy? That was Mr. Lord. Good man. Well, was.
We have something in here.
Okay. Be careful.
Dane.
Fine, come on.
Everything's clear.
Check the bedroom.
We've got a live one. Looks like her legs are broken.
Don't get too close. Dan, I heard, but can you hear us?
She's crawling towards us.
She's turned. Shoot her.
No, wait, please, wait.
One of them. Look at her.
I know, I see it.
This is getting close to me.
Don't call her that.
Angel, we have to make the call.
Do it.
Saul, wait outside with the others.
Got it.
You made the only choice you had, and I know it.
I know.
Once we get things calmed down a bit, I'll help you find a place and we can...
Hey.
Thanks, Michael.
But right now we can't do that. We need to continue going through this place. I need to know you're okay to do that.
I am.
Sure. Can't have any hesitation.
I'm on it, Michael.
All right.
Is he okay? What happened in
They'll
there?
be fine. They'll be fine. We found one. We took care of it.
Is it Cindy? Man, she was a really nice lead.
Angel, what the hell?
Come on, Michael.
Look, I lost people I love as well, and you don't see me breaking down right now. We cannot do this right now.
Have a heart. This was like a few feet in front of him.
What the hell is wrong with you, Michael? We all lost people today, Angel. It's okay.
Michael, where you going?
Hey, if he gets a moment, I get one too. I know you had them in here. I could smell them. Shit. Oh, here we go. Oh, put your lighter.
Need a light?
Thanks, Riley. You know you shouldn't sneak up on me like that. Here, you want one?
Thanks.
You quit this a long time ago. Gave it up when I was overseas. Guess I made it.
Yeah, me too. Stopped because it was bad for my health. That's the least of my concerns now, right?
You know, I'll be all right on my own. Saul may be back up, but I sure as hell don't. You don't have to be in here right now.
I didn't have to jump onto the back of your Humvee either, but it's a choice I made.
Why don't you go and try and console Angel? Work some of that magic like you did in Datu.
I'm where I should be.
What does that mean?
You may have been fooled, but not me.
Oh? How's that?
You're hurting me.
Because we had to shoot Angel's girlfriend? Well, yeah. I feel bad about it, but it was the right thing to do.
No, I mean about the losing loved ones thing. The thought never came to now, did it?
Oh, yeah, it did. It bothered me all day.
I don't think so.
Eject.
It's alright to talk about it. You don't have anyone, do you?
Well, maybe I do and maybe I don't. What does it matter?
You look pretty young. Where are your parents?
were smoking a cigarette, not having drinks. I ain't about to give you my life story already.
Look, I don't know you, but we need to look after each other. I can see when someone's in pain. I just don't want whatever it is to get to you.
And how would that happen?
Something back there hurt you as much as Angel is hurting. And we're not letting it out. And until you do, we'll continue to hurt you.
You know, it may be cute to think you hold some kind of inspired through all wounds. But don't know anything about me. And no quick fix rotation is gonna heal any open wound. Hey, can you tell me what's so funny? You know, you make it really hard to keep a straight face.
No, it's not that. It's just flirtatious. Seriously? You're not my type. I'm flattered, though.
You know you have an infectious laugh. Anyone ever tell you that?
Yeah, a few times.
Well, it made me feel better than all the squabbling you were doing before that.
What's wrong? I thought I heard something screaming here.
No, that would have been right.
Alright. Well, anyway. Angel's on this floor. Holy shit, 11? Oh, this is gonna take forever.
Especially now that Riley has warned them in their own language. They probably understood all that shit.
What? I like her laugh.
Oh shit. You smell that?
Oh, I do now. Oh.
Something's burning. Datu, you have an extinguisher?
It's down the hall, but I don't see any smoke.
Whatever it is.
Welcome back. Cockpit 1 reactivated. Transferring controls to pilot. Pilot mode online.
Familiar?
A little bit. Why?
Just a hunch. Follow me.
Stay close together.
Here. Through this door.
Just a second.
Oh god. Yup. I knew it.
What? I don't see anything.
Michael, why don't you, me, and Dad 2 take this one? Angel, you watch the hall with Riley and Pegs?
Holy.
Well, that's one way to go.
Smells just like Suicide Gate.
Yep, you got it.
What happened there?
There was a gate outside one of the green zones that was constantly hit by car bombs. When it torched the bodies in the surrounding cars, the smell stayed in the area long enough.
Yeah, look at Porter when he reached up and grabbed it. Must have flown like 4 feet.
What happened to just using a blow dryer or a toaster?
The circuit would have just popped.
I guess he didn't want to do it wrong. Look at this. He ripped the entire strand of wires out of the wall. Big overkill.
No pun intended. Datu, can you shut the power off to this room so you can get it back on for the rest of the building?
Of course.
Saul, go with him downstairs. We'll wait for you.
What was it?
Oh, someone chose an alternative to survival.
Oh, how?
Well, let's just say you don't want this room.
Or this floor, for that matter. Whew.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this area on the top of the floor, the further from the ground, the better.
I'm sure you'll think differently after 14 flights of steps.
No elevator.
Not unless you want to risk getting stuck.
Well, I don't know about you, but I really like that apartment on the second floor. With the nice TV and
I thought that was nice too. I'll stay with you there.
Really, you don't have to. There are a lot of others to choose from.
You're already making mistakes in the rooms.
Well, why not? I mean, it is our building now.
That's one way of looking at it.
Another couch.
This place feels a lot safer. Don't get any place.
on, guys.
Oh, so I mean, we're here, aren't we?
Look, Bex. Once this place is up and running, we're going to need food. And not just what hasn't expired in people's cupboards.
There you go. You could make a garden on the roof. We're gonna need fruit, vegetables, spices.
Take my idea.
What are you talking about? It's okay to claim a nice place to sleep for a few nights, but you want me to start a garden? How long are we planning on staying here? I'm sure someone will come for us. This will be over in a few days.
It might and it might not. I'd rather plan for long term than rescue tomorrow.
Riley brings up a good point, Michael. But we need to do more than...
Warning. We are a stronger team together.
The more people that we can help and have hide out here, the more important it is that they each pull their own weight.
Everyone would be more than willing to. I mean, Bex and I would do damn near anything for you after you picked us up. Wait, I just made us sound like prostitutes.
Well, I thought that was implied.
Oh, come on, that's not even funny.
Power's back on.
That's right. It's all good.
After our first day in the tower, my legs ached like no time before. We couldn't stop and rest before the building was empty and clear. We found a few more of those things here and there, but no survivors. Each flight of steps made my shin splint and my back ache. I think that first day was the longest for me. By the time we reached the last floor, I thought I was prepared for everything.
Welcome back. Cockpit one reactivated. Transferring controls to pilot. Pilot mode online.
We're alive. A story of survival. Chapter 2. The Two Things. Part 1 of 3.
Nothing used to scare me. I didn't fear death or what might be there on the other side if today was my day. That was then, and this is now. 4 hours of going through the building left my legs aching. My eyesight was so bad that it took several attempts to bring down the one we found on the 9th floor. We were tired, but we kept moving forward. There would be time to rest later. Our searching was almost over. We were finally... You ready? All set. Saul, you good? Hey, keep your shit sharp. Only one more to go.
Man, ain't no one up here.
On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fall back!
Who the fuck's shooting at us?
Hold your fire! Hold it! We're not them! We're normal!
Why don't you peek your head out from there and let me see?
Fucking asshole! I'm not one of them! See?
You fall for my tricks, but I'm not gonna fall for one of yours.
Dude, who the hell is this guy?
It's Bill. He owns the building. Well, he inherited it.
I don't know he was still here. You want me to open up with Saul? He's only got a shotgun. If I blind fire around the corner, we'll shut him.
Look, I'm not hurt this fucker. We're not gonna kill him.
Why not?
Maybe we should try reasoning with him.
What do you think we've been trying to do?
Bill, it's all right. We're here to help. How could I be talking to you right now if I was one of them?
Maybe it's different. Watch that. Fucking piss off like the other.
What are you doing? You're not going to...
Just using the Hell if I'm gonna get my head out again. He's created a barricade inside his apartment with furniture. It's just like the other floors.
There's no way around.
What time is it anyway?
10:15.
Once he's sealed off, meet us downstairs. Roof access was going to be a problem.
Critical damage. Take cover.
Twitchy trigger finger was... It's amazing what you're able to do past the point of utter exhaustion. Everyone could barely find their feet. They knew it was at stake. We each pulled our part, putting furniture and doors from upstairs apartments over panes of glass windows. We worked as quietly as we could. Each strike of a nail could be heard by one of those things beyond the darkness. We were lucky that night. If just one of those had seen us, it might have all been over.
That's the last one.
Good. We're almost out of nails.
All right. Nice work. We'll get some more when we start doing supply runs.
Supply runs?
Well, not everything we need is going to be in this building, but we'll worry about that later.
All right. Everyone take a room on the second floor. No need to spread out in case something happens.
Yep, good call.
Shit, don't have to tell me twice.
Keep your doors open so I can call to you if something happens.
Hey, Dodgy, the water heater still work here?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Fish.
Well, I know what equipment I want.
Yeah. Just a second. Aren't you coming up too?
Someone needs to get together. Make sure no one gets in while y'all are up there.
But you're exhausted. Can't we just, like, block it or something?
By the time you know something is wrong, it'll be too late. It's all right. I'll sit in the stairwell with my back against the door. I'm sure to wake up if something tries to get in.
Okay. Good night.
Night, Peg.
Oh, and, thank you, too. I appreciate it.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, night.
Hey, keep it open.
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, man, this is going to be a long night. Night, Peg.
Oh, and, thank you, too. I appreciate what you've been doing.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, night.
Hey, keep it open.
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, man, this is going to be a long night. I remember not being able to sleep the entire night. Just kept feeling small vibrations against the door. Maybe they were explosions far off in the distance, or just someone moving around upstairs. It all blurred together as the stairwell gave no sense of time, no light or darkness from the outside. It might have been 12 minutes or 12 hours when I heard the pounding.
If you're looking to trade, go find my husband. Otherwise,
Angel, get down here!
get off our property.
We got something.
Eject.
Aren't we gonna wait for...
No, Ty, go on!
Just let us in!
Let us in, please, hurry!
Front door, come on, where's the key?
Fuck! It's upstairs in my uniform!
Go get it! Getting the key, hold on, how many are you?
Two of us, man. Hey there.
Please let us in!
Don't need any trouble. If you're here to trade, fine. I'll
Step away from the door.
suggest you move along.
Get inside.
You and your family live alone out here?
That's right. Don't get any ideas. Nick and I were gunners back in the day. We can handle ourselves better than most.
Oh, shit.
I wiped out the gangs up in Nuka World. Should be a lot safer around here now.
Ain't that something? Well, you've done us quite the favor. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount on everything I got. And take this. A while back, I stashed a safe up in the hills, west of here, at the base of the big cliff. You want anything? Take it. It's all yours.
Please, you need to do
Look, we can't. Don't you understand what just happened?
You need something else?
He just can't.
Let's see what you have.
Here's what we got.